Listeners de la vida, bonjour to this week's preview for WWE's Clash in Paris. We're doing predictions today. I'm your host, Michael Wryght. We have Zapf, my tag team partner, with us. Steven, bonjour.
Bonjour, Michael.
Bonjour.
This is going to happen a lot today, isn't it?
Bonjour.
How you doing today, man? I missed you this week.
It was one episode, because you couldn't be flexible. That's the nerve of some people. Can't make one day. Throw me out with the bathwater.
It's what happens.
That's what happens.
It's exactly what happens. Oh, man. You know what, though? I'm kind of excited for this week again. I'm okay with a mid-afternoon pay-per-view. I'm sorry, PLE this week.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
If I knew more French words, I would add more of them. I have one more up my sleeve that I'll get there later. I had to do Google Translate Legionnaires of the Lariat. Realizing that both Legionnaire and Lariat are French words.
That's perfect. I love it.
Oh, I put it in there. It's like Legionnaire, and then you just don't say the T, like de toi.
Well, yeah, like the French Foreign Legion. So, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're French words. I was like, oh, surprising. Didn't see that coming.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Man.
But surprisingly harder to like yell than I would have expected. But that's neither here nor there. Tra. That wasn't even a word. Though I tried. We have Clash in Paris. We have a nice midday PLE, as you said moments ago. We have 6 matches, so whoa, WWE. You guys are getting crazy. And so we have 6 pretty solid matches. I'm not too upset with some of them. Some of them more excited than others. Steven, what are you most excited for in this match, in this card?
You know what? I don't know if I'm excited for the match as much as I've been happy with the build-up, and that's going to be John Cena and Logan Paul. I think that battle of words, aside from WWE's one of their very few miscues that they've done in recent years of sending out the wrong ending, whether it was domestic or internationally, I really like the promos they've been cutting.
Yeah, they've been on point. One thing that Logan Paul can do is trash talk. That's not kayfabe. That's just the way he talks. Unless he's talking to Dominic Mysterio. The match I'm most looking forward to on this card, I think it's Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I'm really curious how they're going to handle this match. Because there's a lot to go into, and actually, I won't spoil too much of it. I'll kind of give you my thoughts as we get into that match. Typically I'd say Becky, but I don't know how excited I am to see Nikki Bella back in the ring. We'll see kind of what she can do. Like, you're talking about 2 vastly different eras in women's wrestling, and I'm assuming that this is going to be Becky really carrying the load.
I would assume. I didn't want to say Roman and Bronson because I figured you would. I wanted to do a different match than you. I am excited. Just out of curiosity, have you seen the fan art for Bronson Reed where it's him and Heyman in the old timey UK style gear or clothing, and it's like it's their version of Peaky Blinders with him having the shoes wrapped around his neck?
I may have seen, and
because it is golden. And Heyman even reposted it and put best fan art ever.
Sneaky Blinders, is that what that was?
Yeah, Sneaky Blinders.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. The glory of the internet.
with
That
his
is cool.
Shula Fala.
The Shulavala. One of my favorite terms that I've heard come out of this. It's fantastic. It is the Shulavala. And also really funny that once Roman's like, "You're Samoan? That means you belong to me." But not your shoes. Your shoes belong to the. I wish I could be quicker on having a sneaker pun for Tribal Chief, but alas, missed opportunities. This is actually the first match on our list for tonight. So let's kind of jump into this one. I'm pretty pumped about this match. I think what I was holding back seconds ago was I'm really curious how WWE is going to handle this match, because I am in full thought that Roman Reigns, they're setting up Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. Like, that's the big blow-off match here. I think ultimately you'll see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, but really do think that Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker is kind of the build here. But at the same time, Bronson Reed, I feel like, is the weak link in this group. And if you really want to make this like a terrorizing group, like three guys who are almost untouchable, the best way you do that is have Bronson Reed go over on Roman Reigns. Like, not even let him get to Braun Breaker. Like, you didn't pass the first boss, let alone the final boss.
I was also thinking that. I don't know how you do it though.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how we get there. I would like to see Bronson Reed win in this match. I don't think Bronson Reed will win in this match. The only reason I think Bronson Reed possibly could get the win here, and I'm gonna say this wrestling math wise, and I think it would be a screw job finish. I don't think it would be a clean win. No. Is because they just Roman and Jay just won at SummerSlam. Now, with that said, I actually do think that once again this match is going to open up the card. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman love to work with a virgin ring where no one else has done anything in it, so that they don't have to worry about what they do. And the crowd is going to be hot. Paris is. I think that's going to be a big thing with this show, is that crowd is going to be awesome. Like, just absolutely. Bonjour. And I think the issue with possible wrestling math in this is if Roman loses, I think that's a little bit too against the grain for a hot crowd like that. I think you're tempting fate by possibly sucking the air out of the room.
I don't know if that's what happens here. I wouldn't say that Bronson Reed sucks the air out of the room where everyone's like, "Oh, I can't believe they did that." I think it's more of a, "Oh, I can't believe they did that." And it's one of those, like, now what feels like a relatively predictable card, now all of a sudden anything can happen. But that's not what I think's gonna happen.
That's not what I think.
And like you said, I think we're both leaning towards Roman Reigns winning this. I think that the way you don't completely lose the heat on Bronson Reed is that after the match, Roman may get his shoes, but he's also gonna get smushed. He's gonna get smushed pretty hard, maybe multiple times. Put him out of action for a couple of weeks, like they like to do. Giving back the heat to Bronson.
I almost wouldn't even be surprised if, sake of argument, there's no real finish to the match. Bronson Reed loses by DQ, and just Braun Breaker comes out, and they both just start beating on Roman and steal his shoes again.
I don't know. Like, that doesn't leave anybody. I think that you lose the crowd. They take the air out of the crowd more than Bronson Reed winning. So, like, that's the one thing. I don't know. I don't think that that's where they go with this. Maybe there's probably interference There's going to be some shenanigans, but
Shenanigans.
not a French word. I don't think. Could be.
Shenanigan. No, I got nothing.
But I think at the end of the day, Roman wins this, probably gets tsunamied, and then we see kind of where it goes from here. He moves on to Braun Breaker, maybe even moves on to Seth Rollins first, where he kind of loses that match because of Braun Breaker, and then they go Braun Breaker versus Roman. Because it's just weird that if he loses to Braun Breaker, how does he get to Rollins? You know?
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. And also I feel like they're this might just be a little bit of lazy storytelling at this point, but Roman Reigns going over on the last PLE that they're going to do on Peacock, it's kind of, I feel like they're probably going to go that route. I think that, like you said, this is going to be a very predictable PLE because this was kind of just put out there to make sure that we can get away from here.
Well, but that's the thing. In every predictable PLE, there's the one match that subverts expectations. And I just don't know quite how they do it. There's honestly, I think there's 3 matches that can fall into that wheelhouse. And I just don't know 2 of them really would be that. One of them is kind of like a cop out. So let's move on to the next one. The next one we have here is the Wyatt 6, brand new match. Just came out yesterday. Today.
As we are recording, it has finished only an hour before this.
And so we have the Wyatt 6 versus the Street Profits for the WWE Tag Team titles. Steven, what you thinking here?
I think we're at a point. So I saw that Montez Ford was posting something, and I don't know if this was an actual WWE like behind the scenes type thing, like one of their like vignettes, but it was him looking in the mirror and kind of the guy in the mirror, his version of him in the mirror talking back to him like, you better get back to being who you were or else I'm going to take over. It feels very much like the SmackDown version of what they're doing with Bayley type of thing. But like Montez about to go kind of a little bit more, a much more serious, darker path looking like, and I want to believe that the Street Profits are going to win here, but I think the Wyatt 6 might win this in order to break Montez Ford.
This is one of those matches I was just kind of alluding to, where the Wyatt 6 just retained these titles. They haven't had them all that long. They have been pretty pass around the tag team titles happy on SmackDown, so that has its own precedent. But if they're going to build up the Wyatt 6 need to kind of dominate this division for a little while. That said, in a very predictable match, in a very predictable card, this is one of those matches that, we have a title change. Here we go. So I'm on the fence here.
I know, same.
I was thinking the Street Profits, just because you kind of pass them around. Maybe Montez Ford does something out of character to make sure he gets this win. But I'm going to go with the Wyatt 6 here, but mostly because I think that's the right thing to do to help build up the Wyatt 6 as they kind of fumbled this. I will say the last couple months of WWE really fumbling some storylines. And like they do this from time to time. They really didn't know what to do with the Wyatt 6. Completely botched what people called the greatest heel turn of all time. Do you remember that? I wonder if the people who said that remember that. And I'm not throwing shade at you, Steven. I know you didn't say it. Or I don't know where you are right now.
I'm somewhere around here.
Yeah, somewhere in this area. You and I both were like, no way. Like, we were trying to even get it to top 5 and still being like, this doesn't make sense. And finally, they came to their senses. It's just a bunch of like fumbled storylines that just don't make sense in general. And the Wyatt Six is one of those. Like, didn't make sense. They took Alexa Bliss out of the picture. They're just kind of floating around right now without much direction.
I also think they're going to keep the Wyatt Six. So here's an outside reason that I truly believe they're going to keep the Wyatt Six kind of relevant right now. And I know, Showtime, with you being in the Northeast, this doesn't pertain to you as much. Somewhere around here. But
I don't know if we're
down
flipped.
here in the
I don't know
Sunshine State, down here in the Sunshine State, and over on the West Coast in Holly, Denver, beautiful,
it's gorgeous, Sunshine
gorgeous. We have what is known as Universal Studios, and Universal Studios is currently doing their Halloween Horror Nights, and one of the soundstage houses is the Wyatt Six, and it's not just at ours; it's at the one in Hollywood too. And they're two different houses apparently. Like, one is, I believe, the one in Florida is the Firefly Funhouse, and the one in Hollywood in California is going to be, or is, the Compound. So like more like the backwoodsy looking one. And I could see them keeping the title on them on the Wyatts for at least the majority of Hollywood Horror Nights being around, so that like if someone were to be like, oh, like, let me go check this out, and they see they can go watch it on USA. That's
I can see it.
It's one of those outside business things that WWE being so big, it does affect their storytelling sometimes.
Yeah, and I just think that they want to do something with the Wyatt Six. They just don't know what to do with them. So,
and
that's
also Bo Dallas
this
keeps
getting
getting hurt.
Together
So.
last minute too. Yeah, and it's hard to build something around him and give him a major push in that kind of situation.
Yep. So
we'll move on. We'll go on to the next match. Brand new match. Came out yesterday. A Donnybrook match. Nothing like a street fight. Bloodline rules. Falls count anywhere. No GQ.
Tribal Combat.
We're exactly the same as all of the same matches that we keep calling these things. No holds barred. We have Sheamus versus Rusev. Hey, Steven. Happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day.
Happy Rusev Day. I have some thoughts around this one. This one, in my mind, is not one of them. I think it needs to be a higher tier match to subvert those expectations. This one was pretty cut and dry for me. Sheamus is kind of one of those people who has their own unique match type that he always likes to lose. I think he's won like one Donnybrook match and he's lost like 3 or 4 of them. And so for that reason alone, and Rusev is French, right?
No.
No? Is he not?
He's Bulgarian.
He's Bulgarian?
He's the Bulgarian brute.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He looks kind of French. But... Just saying.
Is it because his real name is Miro, and Miro kind of sounds Frenchish?
I'm just saying. Yeah, that's on me, folks. I'm sorry. For some reason, I was building that up in my head. So yeah, Rusev. I still think it's gonna be Rusev Day. Give me Rusev. I think that he needs this win. I think that Sheamus is kind of Teflon. He can lose 100 matches. I think they're just waiting. Like they don't do it Sheamus either. I would love to see. Not that it could happen here, but or maybe like a double knockout where they both are down for a 10 count or something like that.
I would like that.
And maybe have them team up with each other. That would be fun for a little while and kind of use that as two just monsters running through some divisions.
I could actually see them doing that because this feels very much This is the recycled storyline for Sheamus. He does this with guys. He gets into a feud with them, and then they force them to team up for some reason. This is the him and Cesaro gimmick. This is like they just keep doing this with type of thing with him, and I could see that working. I think Sheamus and Rusev would be a real fun tag team. Actually,
it'd be great.
Have
every day would be St. Patty's Rusev Day. Does that work?
Yes. I concur. I go along with this. I would just like to see the finish be a sandwich. Like Sheamus hits the bro kick while Rusev hits the macho kick from like opposite ends. I could see that being a cool finish.
Mm-hmm. Both down. I think based on the rules, I don't think that'll actually be able to way that they finish it. And like I said, I think it's Rusev Day. I think Rusev wins this.
I think it is Rusev Day as well. I see this being Rusev Day.
Now I just gotta figure out why I thought he was freaking French. Bulgarian.
You need some freaking French toast.
Some freaking French toast. I don't know. He has that like big French men look to him, I think.
Especially when he first came in and he kind of had his mullet thing going.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I just felt like it was in the back of my head. But what can you say? This is gonna be a fun match. These two guys in this type of match, I'm in. There's not going to be too many of those silly no holds bars stipulations. Maybe the 4-way has a little bit of it because I guess that's an ODQ. But this one's gonna go all out. There'll be a shillelagh somewhere in there, and good times will be had by all.
I agree. Showtime. I'm gonna say this. This match is the exact antithesis to Zack Sabre Jr. versus Nigel McGuinness.
Yeah.
This is the exact opposite match. Like you wanted to last week I got an amazing technical wrestling match. This week I'm getting this fight. All right. So what do we have next?
So we have next on our sheet, though I don't think it'll be the next match. I don't know. This may even end the night somehow. I don't know.
This might be main event. It really might be.
John Cena versus Logan Paul in another one of these matches that I think might subvert expectations. Oh, but for a very different reason. As you were saying, the build to this match has actually been a lot of fun, and these two guys, put these two on the mic. I actually think that their mic skills has been more fun than I think what the match will be. But I think Cena is going to go and do the greatest hits. I think Logan Paul is going to be super flashy and really be able to. I don't know, the word keep up with John is not the right word, but like match John to the level of excitement. I think the easy way here is to say John Cena wins this match. But if there's any match that has shenanigans to make somebody lose, I think it's this match. And I'm this close to saying Logan Paul wins this match via the F5.
I was thinking that as well. I don't know if there's going to be shenanigans. I will say this. I think coming off of the title loss, I think you might have to give Jean-Baptiste Shana, like how I made his name French there on that one. Yeah, obviously. I think you have to give him the win on this one, bouncing off of that. I think it's going to be a situation where he gets the win and then gets mauled again.
I definitely think that Brock Lesnar gets involved here. Like they want to build up that next match. This is the perfect spot to do it. Losing to Logan Paul is kind of perfect. Like, yeah, sure. Well, he's the babyface now, and like again, talking about Teflon, he can win or lose any match. Doesn't really matter. They would never ever let Cena lose to Logan Paul clean.
No.
That's a no way, no how.
I will say this. I think both these guys are actually Teflon at this point. I think if either one of these guys wins or loses this match, it's not going to hurt what they're doing with them in any storylines moving forward. If Logan Paul loses, he loses to Cena on his retirement tour, and he got the rub from Cena during his retirement tour. If Cena loses because of shenanigans during this, it's Cena's retirement tour, and he knows that he can do better work by getting younger talent over than by going over on himself.
But him losing to Logan Paul doesn't do anything for Logan Paul because he only loses because the F5.
I agree.
And I am convinced, not to spoil it, I think Cena goes over on Brock. I don't see in any, like, I know there's a lot of back and forth talk behind the scenes on Brock going over on Cena or what have you. No way. Like, no way. But losing here, like back to back, now being the face, kind of feeling a little downtrodden, lost the title. It's a storyline people can get behind. So you're going Cena?
I'm going Jean-Baptiste Cena.
Sacre bleu. I'm going to go Cena as well because I do think that it's more likely that he wins this because I think you're right after the loss, but there's a chance they text you in a couple of days, tomorrow morning,
in a couple hours,
and say I'm going to switch over to Logan Paul. Yeah, like it's not tomorrow yet. That Logan Paul's my pick because I think that that Big Brock's gonna come in here and do the thing. But we'll go Chena's. I can't believe I thought Rusev was French, and then John Cena ended up being French. Whew. Who knew? Sacre bleu.
Who knew?
Bonjour. Next, we have for the women's Intercontinental title, we have the man, Becky Lynch, defending her title versus Nikki Bella for the women's Intercontinental title. What are you thinking here, Steven? Is that me or you? Oh, it's me. I can tell you what I'm thinking. Like I said earlier, sorry, just running down. This match, I'm not quite sure what to expect from this match. I think we were talking about this. I don't know if we were talking on the show or beforehand. It's all kind of starting to blur together. But it's two very different eras of women's wrestling in this. I think Becky's going to do a lot of heavy lifting in this match. And I don't like when it comes to wrestling skills, I don't think Nikki Bella can keep up with Becky whatsoever. Very few people, even the people now, can keep up with Becky. And so I mean, for that reason, I also think that Becky is in for a pretty long reign as Intercontinental Champion. And I think that they're setting up her versus Bayley. So I don't know. In no world do I think that Becky is going to lose this match.
I am inclined to agree with you on this, and I also do agree with you. I think Becky's going to have to do all the heavy lifting. I think it's going to be one of two things. Either, no matter what Becky's leading this match, but I have this weird feeling that it's the match style is going to be one of two things. Nikki's not going to be able to keep up with what Becky wants to do, or Becky is going to have to dumb down this match.
I think what you'll end up getting is, I think they're going to give Nikki Bella a lot of face heat. Like she probably will look really strong in this match, and Becky's just going to take a beating at times. She'll get her lumps in, but I think they're going to make Nikki Bella look really, really strong throughout it, and that's how Nikki Bella keeps up with Becky, is by kind of not leading the match because I think Becky leads the match, but she's the one dishing it out rather than taking it for a lot of it. And then you see a swarmy heel finish kind of thing.
I could see that. I see. I could see this being a roll up.
Yeah, I like Becky's loving the roll ups these days.
Loves the roll ups. Most effective pin in history.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Maybe a small package.
I could see that. Yeah, I don't see Becky Lynch losing the title here. Like, I agree with you. I think this is going to be a long title reign. I think it's a matter of trying to get that belt over for right now. This way, whoever does eventually beat her, it's very important.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I think this is their way of really building up this title by having her here. And it also keeps Becky out of the world title picture because I think in the world title picture she takes a little bit too much of the spotlight, and not in a bad way. It's just because she's fantastic. And so in that kind of vein of things, that's where they kind of pull her back, keep her here, and kind of running. This makes the Intercontinental title feel kind of like the secondary men's world championship at this point in time.
Showtime.
What's called that world heavyweight title?
What if we get an eventual rematch, the rematch that we really want, and the person who eventually uncrowns Becky is going to be Rhea, and that gives her the women's IC title, and that gets Rhea out of the world title picture as well.
Maybe I'm not ready for that. I'm cool with them staying away from each other. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that match. I'd love to see them get together again, but let them be on their own ways right now. I'm enjoying that they're in very different stratospheres. Not Trish stratosphere, but yeah. But Steven, I got a different women's match that kind of, that we're not talking about right now. What are your thoughts on Stephanie Vaquera not getting any kind of match in Paris?
I'm a little confused by it. I thought they were just gonna pivot, do a quick pivot. I also think that I kind of think they were looking to have Naomi have a long title reign, and that's why they really want to look to kind of change this up. And I wouldn't be surprised if, because of them going with the move to ESPN, that they're gonna want to do something where they know for a fact, hey, this is going to be crowning a brand new champion indefinitely on this first PLE for ESPN, that WrestlePalooza show. So I think that's the business plan for it. As a fan, I don't know if it's what I like to hear, because I would much rather have seen, as much as I love the fact that they did get a tag team title match on a PLE, finally, I'm sorry, a PLE that's not one of the big four PLEs. Let me clarify. I think I would have, rather than seeing Sheamus and Rusev, I think I would rather have seen Io and Stephanie.
Well, like in my mind, it was actually the Wyatt Six and the Street Profits match I would have gotten rid of. You got to have Sheamus and Rusev on this. They're European. That I got right. So like that always you need that obligatory European match. But like I would have really liked to have seen something like a match to happen earlier in the night, and the winner of that match faced off against Stephanie later on for this title.
That would have been cool.
Like that would have been a cool way to go about it, because like to still give her the advantage of the one that had that number one contendership match. Someone else having to earn their spot, go the little extra mile here. Maybe it is Rhea versus Io or something along those lines. Have Asuka versus Io randomly. So So that's just the way I would have gone about it. I would have at least given her a match. Like, she doesn't even have a match here. Like, you went from number one contender having a title match to nothing, and that's
Nothing.
I don't know, just surprising. And I just
it is a little shocking. For the record, I did look it up. Jean Baptiste Cena is in fact descended from French Canadian, but his mother is in fact French Canadian.
Well, that doesn't count.
It's diet French.
Quoi? Literally just dropping every French word I know.
I can't say the words that I know because they're all bad words.
I'm sure that we have a couple of parents on here, but there's a fantastic episode of Bluey where the dad is speaking in French and he doesn't know French at all. It's just those like the main 6 phrases that he learned in school or listening to an audio tape. And they do not make any sense whatsoever when he's talking to his kids who are just like, this guy's crazy. And that's all I feel like that's what I strive to be as a parent and on this this one right now.
Yeah. Well, you're the Michael Scott of the show and parents at this point, where like, if you ever seen that episode of The Office, not the French part, but where he walks in and he starts trying to speak Spanish and then Jim like does an entire paragraph and like tells him all about his weekend, and then at the end of it you just hear him go, ha ha, see,
see,
and then walks away.
Sacre bleu, bonjour.
Oh, sacre bleu.
Yeah, very little. I actually found out not so long ago that French people don't really even say sacre bleu. That's just an Agatha Christie character that says it. Who knew?
Who knew?
All right. Enough digressing.
Who didn't know? Americans.
Yeah. Who cares? Hit the bricks. I just wanted to make sure that we brought up Stephanie Vakira since they won't do it here. But I just thought it was worth noting and kind of covering her a bit. But let's get on to probably the main event. The Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight title. We have LA Knight, Jey Uso. Sorry. Yeah. I was getting too ready for the yeet. I missed the yeah. CM Punk versus the champion, French, Seth Rollins. Steven, what are you thinking here?
Like, it would be really cool if this would be the match that they subverted expectations on, but I don't see it happening. Also, I don't know who you would go with winning here if it's not Rollins. They're doing too much work to build Rollins up right now this whole time. In all honesty, the guy that I would go with to subvert expectations is Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. But I don't think that's the case here. I don't think that I think that they are doing some placeholder stuff as far as contenders go. And I think they might eventually transition LA Knight and CM Punk even out of this a little bit with each other. But I'm not positive on that one. Don't quote me that that's definitely going to be where they go, but it seems like that would be more of the situation for LA Knight to prove that he's really in world title contendership again.
Walk with me here, Steven. Before you put a pin in Seth Rollins, there's got to be a match that subverts expectations on this match. A big one. This Paris crowd is gonna be hot. They're gonna be hot. In a match with so many people, what I think is going to start this match is I think you're going to have a 3-on-1 situation. Everyone's going to try to get rid of Seth Rollins. They're going to beat him down. They're going to throw him out, and he's going to vanish like he's not even part of this match anymore. What's likely going to happen is all of that stuff, and then when you forget that he was there, all of a sudden he's back. But if there was ever a time that you could justify giving LA Knight this title, it's here. He could easily go over on anyone but Rollins. Like, maybe Rollins curb stomps CM Punk. LA Knight hits his move. The BFM, is that what it is?
BFT, blunt force trauma. BFT.
Yeah, I always mix that up. These acronyms. He comes in, sneaks that up, covers CM Punk, matches over, covers Jey Uso. Those are things that could happen pretty easily here. Honestly, if they don't give him the title here, I don't know if they ever will.
I don't know if they will either. But I don't know if it.
Yeah.
At least we're in agreement that if it's going to be someone other than Rollins, it's LA. I don't think it's Punk here.
This place would go absolute bananas, or whatever that term would be in French. They would go.
You're looking it up, aren't you?
I'm trying. Oh, how do I say it? They would go absolute banan.
Banan. Yes, I looked it up as well. Banan.
Absolute banan. Is there absolute? I'm having fun, folks.
I think absolute might be French, isn't it?
Banan absolus. Banan absolute. I still think I'm saying it wrong.
I'm absolutely positive. I am.
Google. I'm listening to it too.
I am sure you're saying it wrong. Absolute.
Banan absolute. I'm trying Google Translate. It's helped me out here. That's exactly what would happen here.
It's not actually helping.
I'm way closer than if I would have faked it myself. I would have said it the other way around.
You would have.
I'm just saying. I started with the right word in French, I think. Who knows? Who knows what Google Translate? But I want to pick LA Knight. I really do. I want to see him win here. And honestly, I have not been the biggest LA Knight fan on this show. Not that I'm a hater either, but like in no situation have I been like, LA Knight's my guy today. That's who I really want. This whole place goes crazy if he wins this match. And honestly, I can really start building on this. That's how you get Roman Reigns to go up against Seth Rollins. You have Braun Breaker go up against LA Knight and win that title. And that's how you get Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker. So I'm just saying, like, this could really mold itself into a pretty good scenario with an LA Knight win here. Short title reign, little transition champion, gets the belt hop from Rollins to Braun Breaker. I don't know. It's right there, Steven. What do you think? I know
what you're saying is if LA Knight wins, the crowd would go, "Foo."
What does that mean?
Crazy, mad, insane, crazed, maniac, demented.
Fully. Because I think it'd be the feminine version.
Do you think it would be the feminine, or would it be single? There's no masculine or feminine. We're getting.
We're derailing here. We're getting on topic here.
We're having way more fun doing this. All right.
You don't get this on the other wrestling podcasts, folks. Just two idiots going back and forth with Google Translate. Only one that happens with.
Right here. This is
right here.
Nothing serious about this whatsoever. Uh, we have not brought up anything that is serious going on in the world of wrestling.
Oh no, guys, get ready. Only on Je le paie toujours los un Lariat.
I love it.
I still call it a Lariat. Je le
According to
paie
Google Translate.
toujours un Lariat. Only place you'll hear that. I promise. Oh, look at that. Now you're bringing in other things. They're always listening. Sorry, folks. We'll get right back to it. So, Steven, where's your head at? Where's your pick?
I am, you know what? F it. I'm already behind you. I'm going with LA Knight.
No, but that's not going to help you because if you go LA Knight, I have to now.
I know.
La Knight. Since the points don't matter, I'm with you because I was really just trying to talk you into it so I could take him as well. I love this shit. I love being able to choose the people and then really coming in. I will say, this is the match to subvert the expectations. Why I kind of set this up in the very beginning, saying there's 3 matches. Those 3 matches were the Wide 6 with the Street Profits, which is probably where it's going to happen. The Street Profits will probably win that match. I think that the cop-out is the John Cena versus Logan Paul match, where John Cena only loses because Brock Lesnar comes out. And the real creme de la creme, oh, that's French, would be this one, having LA Knight go over on Seth Rollins out of nowhere, really come in here and blow the roof off this place. And I think this would be so fun. This would make, no matter how good or bad the rest of this card is, LA Knight winning this would make this a legendary B-level card, like the one that no one saw coming, except for us. Sacre bleu.
It's like all the times that we've called Solo.
It is. I mean, it's a similar situation.
Let's have a moment. Solo lost the U.S. title tonight.
What's that?
To that heel. Solo Sikoa lost the U.S. title to that heel.
Oh, boo. I didn't see SmackDown yet. I jumped right on here after putting the kids to bed.
Sami Zayn.
That is.
Sami Zayn is not French. Well,
no,
I mean,
he's not.
French Canadian.
I guess. C'est la vie. That's another one, right? Oh, I'm getting all of them. Just getting them all going. So that is. Sorry, folks.
We went off the rails quite a bit here.
Come on, this is fun. This is why they.
This is what we do.
Particularly when you put me on blast for missing one night and you couldn't meet again until Friday. So sorry, folks. We all, like, as much as we hate parody, we went the exact same picks throughout the night here. We both have Roman Reigns beating Bronson Reed. We both have the Wyatt 6 beating the Street Profits, but wouldn't be surprised if the Street Profits win this one. We both have it being Rusev Day. We both have Cena winning, though I might change this one at the last minute just for the fact of it. I think I got like an 8-point lead anyway. We both have Becky Lynch going over on Nikki Bella, and we both chose LA Knight. Yeah. Because
you have a 5-point lead, sir.
12 points?
5 points.
87 points?
3,300 points. That's not possible. There's not that many matches.
Listen, it's August and I got a 5-point lead on you, bud. Like, it'll be 14 by the time we're done. That's Clash in Paris. Did it again. We are so happy that you guys kind of joined us for this silly show. I wouldn't want anything else for Clash in Paris. I am excited for this. Actually, I think I'm more excited for this now that we talked through it than I was going into this show. So, well done. Thank you all for supporting us. Please like and subscribe. Tell a friend. If you don't have any friends, tell a stranger. And Steven?
Guys, entrez votre matin le quoi vous vous cognez. Tuck
Au
your chin
revoir.
when you bump.